Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me with the TestWise Setup webinar for the Attainment Challenge. My name is Shanaz and I'll be going through how to populate your CSV file to then import it onto testingforschools.com. As you're aware, the CSV file needs to be populated in a certain way so that you can get consistency through your data. You would have received an email previously with regards to the requirements for the population of the CSV file. Certain local authorities have said that they will populate the CSV file on behalf of the schools. However, I thought it would be quite useful to go through the format of the CSV file anyway. As you'll be able to see on my screen, that this needs to be populated in a certain way. The headings cannot be changed, and the requirements of how data is inputted into the CSV file is important. For the UPN number, which is a unique pupil number, it is best that the schools will enter the Scottish candidate number in this column. You then move on to entering the forename and surname. With regards to the grouping, teachers' names or other names to indicate specific classes for this group go in this column. Passwords are generated so that the pupils can enter the password when taking the test to ensure that it is the correct pupil taking the test rather than someone else. In the gender column, F is for female, M is for male. It's best to keep that the letters are in capital letters or uppercase. The date of birth format needs to be day/month/year. For example, DD/MM/YYYY. In the external reference column, schools have been asked to put the Scottish Index of Multiple Desperation Number so that we are able to identify your pupils in the reports and show the attainment gap between most deprived areas, SIND 1 to 3, and the most affluent 7 to 10. Where it's not possible to populate the SIND in this format, just please populate the format that you do already have. For free school meals, we only ask you to enter yes or no. This is a case-sensitive column, so you would need to indicate that the yes or no has an uppercase first letter. With regards to the ethnicity group, we have provided a few formats which we would like you to populate using these formats only. Special education in custom 1 column. Again, we have asked for just yes or no answers with the uppercase first letter. The custom 1 column, schools will need to record the LAC, including home and away entry. Custom 2 can be left empty. The year group, we have asked for only P4 or P7, not primary 4 or PR4, just the letter P and then the number of the year. EAL, with English as additional language, again, please just put either yes or no with the uppercase first letter. You'll be able to export the data from your school management system, and then you can copy and paste the correct information into the CSV file. This is just an exemplar which you would have been sent to from GL assessment. I am just going to go through now. I've quickly populated the actual CSV file which I'll be loading onto the register for the new group reading test, because that's what we'll be administrating in the Attainment Challenge. The website to go to would be www.testingforschools.com. You would have received an email from TestWise Setups with the login details, which includes your customer ID. And an email link would have been sent to you also to generate your password. Before we go ahead to generate the password, I just want to go through the TestWise checklist to ensure that all computers have the correct Adobe Flash Player installed onto the computers, the correct file types, which needs to be MP3, SWF and zip files, and that you have also enabled the pop-up blockers so that to prevent you to get some reports. Just before people are about to start taking tests, it is best that you also run a setup check, which will enable you to ensure that the pupils have taken the test smoothly. A setup check, which is this button on the right-hand side of the screen, will need to be run on every single computer that will be taking the test. It just runs a quick check to ensure that all the servers that have been asked have passed, which you can see below here that they have passed on my computer. The next thing to do is to enter in as an administrator so that you can register the pupils onto the subscription of NGRT. For this round of testing, you will only be doing New Group Reading Test Form A. It is vital that you keep note of the register ID, as each pupil will need to use this register ID to enter into taking the test. To import the pupils, which would usually be blank, we go to Import Students. You would then upload the file, look for the file where you've saved it onto your computer, and then open it and upload it. It will then tell you that you successfully uploaded the file onto your machine. This area will also allow you to watch pupils live to see how well they're progressing throughout. Here, for example, James Scott came out of the test and there's an R there for him to reset. However, it would be easy for him to go back and reset it once they've logged in again. I'm just going to go through an example of how to take the test on the pupil's point of view. So we would need to put the register ID, which is NGRT Form A, and then the year of the academic year, 15-16. You can select the pupil that will be taking the test. If you have a long list, then you can type the name in the search button and then that pupil will come up. Once you go to View Test, it will then ask for a password, which you can then go back to your CSV file and locate the password that you have put in. Lisa is now ready to take the test. It is also essential for you to know that every pupil should have headphones, because as the practice test, there will be audio through the test.
You are going to answer some questions so that you can show how well you can read.
There are a few practice tests at the beginning, and then it goes into sentence completion. Everyone starts at sentence completion and then goes on to either phonics or comprehension. If I decide to leave the test right now, A warning sign does come up to let you know that the pupil wants to leave the actual test. It's best that they then click on the stay on page, or if they leave this page, then they would need to reset the test. The whole section needs to be completed for any of the results to be recorded and kept. If we then just log back into the administration side, I can then show you the view that you would see as the teacher when watching the progress of the pupils taking the test. As you can see, the lease is still in progress, and then what will happen is after 5 to 10 minutes, because I exit out of the actual test itself, it will then have a big R for her to reset the test. If they've completed the test, there will be a green tick to say that it's all been completed. Once all the pupils have completed this test, you are then able to run the group report for teachers or individual report for teachers. To do this, you would go back into the administration side onto the register like I have, select all, go over to the reports tab, and then you can generate the report. If you do have any technical problems or any other questions that you might have, the best thing to do would be to contact technical support, which the number is 0330 123 5372, option 2. They'll be able to help you through any technical problems. If you've realized that you do not have your login details, please email testwires.setup@gl-assessment.co.uk. We do also have support videos for the new group reading test, which you can go and see on our website. There is a video on how to administrate the test, which is 6 minutes long. However, when it gets to the stage of the CSV file population, please refer back to the exemplar, because this is where we need the SIMD inputted into the external reference. If you want to get a head start on how to interpret your data, what type of data you do receive, again, please look at the support videos which we have provided. Thank you very, very much for listening to this webinar, and good luck with all your testing. Thank you.